and silence becomes louder than noise. When your thoughts won't let you rest, and your heart feels like it's breaking in slow motion. When you've smiled all day for people, but deep down you're not okay. When the weight you carry is too heavy to explain. And even your closest friends wouldn't understand the pain. That's the moment when heaven leans closer, and all you have to do is call his name. Because there will be days when your strength runs out, days when faith feels distant and doubt feels louder, days when you question everything, your purpose, your path, even your prayers, days when it feels like God is silent and your cries are just echoes in the dark. But listen carefully. Silence does not mean absence. Just because you don't hear him doesn't mean he's not there. And just because you don't see him doesn't mean he's not working. Sometimes he's closest when you feel him the least. And in those moments, when your voice is weak, when your prayers are just tears, when all you can whisper is one word, that word is enough. Jesus. Not a long speech, not a perfect prayer, just a name, but not just any name. The name above your fear, the name above your anxiety, the name above your depression, the name above your situation, a name that carries power, a name that carries authority, a name that changes everything, because something happens when you call that name. Chains don't ask for permission, they just break. Darkness doesn't negotiate, it just flees. Fear doesn't argue, it loses its voice in peace. Peace walks in like it was always meant to be there. You see, you've been trying to fight battles with your own strength, trying to fix yourself, trying to hold it together, pretending you're okay when you're actually falling apart. But hear this, you were never meant to carry it alone. There is a reason you feel tired. There is a reason you feel overwhelmed. It's because you've been carrying what only God was meant to carry. So today, you don't need another strategy. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't even need to be strong. You just need to surrender. And call Jesus. Call him in the middle of your confusion. Call him in the middle of your failure. Call him when your heart feels empty. Call him when your mind won't stop racing. Call him when you feel like giving up. Call him when nobody else answers. Because he always answers. Maybe not the way you expect, maybe not the moment you want, but he hears you. Every whisper, every cry, every broken word, he hears you. And he's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's not waiting for you to fix your life. He's not waiting for you to have it all together. He's just waiting for you to call him. You don't have to clean yourself up first. You don't have to hide your scars. You don't have to pretend you're strong. Come as you are, broken, tired, confused. He already knows, and he still chooses you. So if you're listening right now and something in your heart is stirring, if you feel like this message is for you, it is. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not later. Right now. Don't scroll past this. Don't ignore that feeling. Don't silence that voice inside you. Just take a second. Close your eyes if you need to. Take a deep breath, and from wherever you are, call him. Jesus. Say it again, not as a routine, but from your heart. Jesus. Because in that name there is healing. In that name there is freedom. In that name there is restoration. In that name there is a new beginning. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are not too lost. There is still hope for you. There is still grace for you. There is still purpose in you. All it takes is one call. Jesus. Because there is power, real power, life-changing power. When the world feels like it's shaking and my heart begins to feel, when the storm is all around me and the path is not so clear, when the voices try to tell me that I'm losing every fight, I will lift my eyes to heaven and remember who you are. You spoke light into the darkness. You made oceans from your word. You hold power over everything, and still you know my name. No matter what I'm going through, I will hold on to the truth. You're still on the throne. You're still in control. No matter the storm, I will not let go. You reign forever. You never change. Through every battle, you make a way. You're still on the throne. Still on the throne. The pressure keeps on rising, and I feel it in my chest. When the weight of life surrounds me, and I cannot find my rest, I will stand upon walking right with me. Kings may rise and kingdoms fall, but your word outlives them all. Every power fades away, but your name will always stay. Even when I cannot see, you are walking over me. You're still on the throne. You're still in control. No matter the storm, I will not let go. You reign forever. You never change. Through every battle, you make a way. Still on the throne. Still on the throne. You reign over everything. You reign forever, King. No fear, no doubt. I'm crying out. My God still reigns. There's no turning back. Mountains move when you speak. Chains break at your feet. Every enemy must bow to the power of your name now. You are high and lifted up. All authority is yours. Oh, heaven and the earth declare you are King forevermore. You're still on the throne. You're still in control. No matter the storm, I will not let go. You reign forever. You never change. Through every battle, you make a way. You're still on the throne. Still on the throne. Still on the throne. Still on the throne. If he did it before, he can do it again. If he made a way, he can make a way again. No matter what it looks like right now, God is still in control. Still on the throne. Still in control. No matter the storm, I will not let go. You reign forever. You never change. Through every battle, you make a way. You're still on the throne. Still on the throne. You reign forever and always. So I'll stand and testify. Through the storm, you're by my side. And no matter what may come, you're still on the throne. When the world feels like it's shaking and my heart begins to fear, when the storm is all around me and the path is not so clear, when the voices try to tell me that I'm losing every fight, I will lift my eyes to heaven and remember who you are. the darkness. You made oceans from your word. You hold power over everything, and still you know my name. No matter what I'm going through, I will hold on to the truth. You're still on the throne. You're still in control. No matter the storm, I will. I was weak, I was tired, fighting battles I couldn't win. Every step felt so heavy, buried underneath my sin. I was searching for a way out, but the road just led to pain. Every door kept on closing, like I was trapped in the rain. I remember crying out loud, but no one seemed to hear a sound. Felt abandoned, left behind, with a storm inside my mind. But in the silence of my tears, through the weight of all my fears, there was something I couldn't see. You were right there carrying me when I couldn't stand on my own. When I felt so far from home, you never left me there alone. You carried me through. Through the pain, through the loss, through the rain, now I see what I couldn't see. All along, you were carrying me. I was walking through the valley, shadows closing in on me. Every step felt like forever, lost in dark uncertainty. I had questions with no answers. I had wounds that wouldn't heal. Every night I fought in silence, hiding what I really feel. People said that I was strong, but they didn't know how wrong. They were seeing just a smile, while I struggled all the while. But you saw beyond my face, met me in that hidden place. Even when I couldn't pray, you were making a way. When my faith was running low, and I didn't even know how to trust you anymore. You carried me through the fire, through the flood, through the trial. see. You were working in the shadows. You were fighting for me. Every tear that fell at night, you were there right by my side. Every burden, every scar, you knew exactly where I was. You didn't leave me in the valley. You didn't let me drown in fear. You lifted me when I was falling. You were always right here. I was never on my own. Even when I felt alone, now I stand and testify. You saved my life. You carried me through the fire, through the flood, through the trial. When I didn't have the strength to stand, you were holding my life in your hands. You carried me through the pain, through the loss, through the rain. Now I see what I couldn't see all along. You were carrying me. You carried me. You were carrying me through it all, through it all. If you're tired and feel like giving up, if your road is getting way too tough, just remember you're not alone. God is closer than you know. When you feel like you can't go on, when your strength and hope are gone, that's the moment you'll see the one who carries you. You carry me through the fire, through the flood, through the trial. When I didn't have the strength to stand, you were holding my life in your hands. You carry me through the pain.